This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the DC Multiverse Azrael from McFarlane Toys. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in a window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see a really cool image of the character, and at the bottom, all the other characters from this lineup. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Azrael here. And oh my god, this guy is freaking amazing. What a cool looking toy. I've always been a fan of Azrael as a character, from the 90s and whatnot, and his whole look has just always been so cool and so unique. He has this crazy, like, superhero, medieval knight, religious warrior thing going on, and I just think it's so awesome. And in McFarlane, I get it why people were kind of weary at first. I was one of those people because that first initial drop of McFarlane DC figures wasn't amazing. There was a couple good figures in there, but nothing crazy amazing good, with the exception of the armored figures in my personal opinion. But dude, if you're still hating on McFarlane with DC figures, at this point you're just being a hater and not appreciating how good McFarlane is doing with their DC line, because they're getting better and better and they're cranking out so much cool stuff. And this guy, look at him. That's just a freaking cool toy, man. I am really, really freaking loving this, and I'm excited for that Azrael bats that we're getting in the future. That thing looked awesome from McFarlane. But the aesthetics of this are great. You can see this dark wash in there. This like cloth piece. The gold is so nice and vibrant. I love it. The head sculpt looks fantastic. I really, really dig how they did the mask there. Even the paint in the mask and the eyes look really nice. This whole like hood here with the gold trim all looks nice. And you got this little piece of like feathers that are sprouting off the shoulders. All looks so awesome, man. And one thing I'll say too, like, look at the arms here. These gauntlets right here look freaking incredible. They are so well done. There's different studs, the paint. I mean, they are not cheaping out on stuff whatsoever. And again, I know that in McFarlane's history, but they are doing really good with this. You got the little crucifix right here. You got the little dagger right there. I love it. Again, fully painted. Even the little studs are gold. I mean, you have to appreciate this stuff as a collector. I really, really dig this. All kinds of wash back there. These like crazy tasseled like cape that he rocks. His little tunic piece right there, the skirt piece. Gold trim. I mean, I love this, man. This is such a cool looking figure. Now again, one thing I'll say that I'm loving with McFarlane, one big thing that a lot of companies do is reutilize molds over and over again with a few things attached. And I'm sure we're going to see that with McFarlane in the future, especially with like repaints and things like that. But what I'm seeing a lot of is very unique sculpts and very unique to those specific characters, which I love, which I appreciate. And at the price point we're getting here, this is awesome, dude. I'm so loving this figure, and I'm slowly getting more on board with McFarlane DC figures, because if they can keep cranking out stuff like this, I'm gonna lose so much money in my poor wallet. Okay, so now let's talk his accessories. So, luckily we do get a standard stand that we've been getting with a lot of these figures. And with McFarlane ankles, like I'll talk about those shortly, they're not the greatest, so I'm super stoked that we do get the stands, and they work perfectly with little peg holes right there. We also do get a collectible card, which is really nice. I love the fact that they're getting little extra stuff like this to us. Azrael Batman Curse of the White Knight. I am actually currently reading this right now, so I'm really curious to see what this is going to be about. I just picked up the first few issues, so that's really cool. The artwork looks awesome. I love the sword that's all flamed up and whatnot. Then you get a little bio and things like that. So if you want to read that, go ahead and pause it now, and you can read all about the character right there. So that's really, really cool. Love that a lot. Okay, so but we also do get his awesome, like, William Wallace Claymore sword. I freaking love this thing, man. Again, he's like a weird superhero medieval knight, which I think is awesome, and this came out really, really good. And you can actually hold that in either of the hands. It has a nice tight grip in there, so you just get that in there like so, and that looks really, really good, man. What's also cool is we get this really dope flame effect that's really well done. I love the translucency of this orange. It looks really good, and you kind of slide it through there. It's kind of positioned a certain way to fit over the blade perfectly, like that, and I think that looks really, really cool. Again, it looks awesome, and I love the fact that we're getting effect pieces for certain figures and whatnot. And I think that's just so awesome. McFarlane, again, really is doing a really good job, man. I don't understand people still hating on these toys. They're amazing. They're affordable. They're super well done. And I just think this looks great with him. Okay, now let's talk articulation here. So the neck is on a ball joint. Yeah, just the neck right here is on a ball joint. Rolls around a bit. You can get left and right. Up about that much, down about that far, and pivot side to side. The hood it seems like it's glued. I'm not sure if it's, yeah, I think it's just glued to the neck here. So it actually works pretty well. I actually really do like that. Arms can go up about that far on this side. Full 360 on this side. Doesn't have the hindrance of this big shoulder guard right here. Up and out about that far. Rotation at the bicep. Single bend at the elbow that bends 90, so that works really nice. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. Those work really good. We got a double ball peg in the midsection, so that rolls around very, very nicely. Crunches back and forth and pivot side to side as well as rotate left and right. We got hip joints that kick forward that far. Back about that much, splits all the way out, rotation in the upper thigh. We got double jointed elbow or knees that kicks himself in his own butt, so that works out really good. We got those ankle joints that rotate up and down, and toe articulation. Now here's going to be my real big complaint with McFarlane figures. This ankle joint sucks. It is terrible. That's one thing I do hope they fix, because they're too finicky. It's not impossible to get them in dynamic poses, but these do hinder posing and standing a lot. So I really, really hope and wish that they would fix this, man, because not really digging these things. So overall, I think this guy is incredible. I'm absolutely loving what we're seeing from McFarlane. Again, I understand people's worry early on with this line, and it going to McFarlane Toys, and McFarlane not necessarily known for doing dynamically posable figures and all that stuff. I get it. I was one of those people, but when I see things like this and things that they're coming out with in the future, I am so sold on the fact that they're going to give us awesome toys. So if you could find this guy, highly recommend. He is absolutely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figures. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a Mythic Legions Romulus and McFarlane Toys Batman figures. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the DC Multiverse Azrael. Now overall, I think McFarlane Toys is doing a really good job. Now I understand the hesitance at first when the first wave came out, but this piece is awesome. I love the fact that they're utilizing very individual, unique sculpts for almost every figure. That's pretty awesome and something we don't see a whole lot of these days. The paint is super clean. I love the vibrant metallic gold that we're getting here, and his accessories are really nice. I love the fact that each figure comes with a stand and a trading card. That's super cool too. If you love Azrael, then I definitely think this is one of the best Azrael figures you can possibly get, and I think he would look great on your action figure shelf. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.